Level 1. Picciotto. You stand in the back room of a social club in Palermo. Cigarette smoke thick in the air. An older man watching you from a corner table. You are 19 and you run errands. Nobody else wants their name attached to and collecting envelopes from shop owners, delivering messages you don't fully understand, watching the street for police while the deal happens inside. Tonight, you're told to wait outside a butcher's shop and knock twice if anyone in uniform walks past. Your hands are cold. A patrol car slows down at the corner and your heart stops, but it keeps driving. Inside, money changes hands and you're handed a folded bill for your silence. You did nothing wrong tonight, technically, but you know you just crossed a line you can't walk back. The men inside start calling you by name now instead of the kid. That recognition is the first rung of a ladder that only goes one direction. Level 2. Soldato. 2 years later, you kneel in a candlelit room, a picture of a saint burning between your fingers as an older man recites words in Sicilian dialect about omertà, the silence that will define the rest of your life. You are made now, a soldato, a made man, and the family expects results, not favors. Your first real job is collecting protection money from a construction site that's fallen 3 weeks behind payment. The foreman laughs at you until you put a crowbar through his windshield in front of his crew. He pays by Friday, but results have a price. A rival soldato from another Cosca starts spreading word that you're skimming off the top, and you know in this life, a rumor like that gets men killed before anyone checks if it's true. You corner him in a parking garage, and for the first time, you understand that loyalty here isn't a feeling. It's a transaction backed by fear. Level 3. Capo Regime. 5 years in, you're running your own crew now, a Capo Regime with a dozen soldiers reporting to you, and a territory worth real money. Extortion, construction contracts, a piece of the port. You sit in a car outside a restaurant that refuses to pay the pizzo, the protection tax every business in your zone owes, watching the owner through the window laughing with his family. The Don wants this handled quietly, no attention, no bodies. You send 2 soldiers in that night and the restaurant burns to a shell by morning. The owner pays the following week in cash with his hands shaking. But a Capo Regime who solves problems too loudly draws police attention, and within a month you learn a wiretap has been running on your crew for 6 weeks. Someone talked. In this world, you never know if it was fear, greed, or a deal cut with a prosecutor. Level 4. Consigliere. By your 40s, you've earned a seat at the table itself. Consigliere, the boss's counselor, the man who settles disputes between capos before they turn into open war. You sit in a farmhouse outside the city with 2 rival Capo Regimes glaring at each other over a territory dispute that's already cost one soldier his life. Your job is not to choose a side. It's to keep the family from tearing itself apart from the inside, because internal war draws police faster than any single crime ever could. You broker a deal, one keeps the docks, one gets a cut of the construction contracts, and for a moment it holds. But you're the one who knows every secret now, every payoff, every body, every deal with corrupt officials. And that knowledge makes you the most valuable man in the room and the most dangerous loose end if the family ever falls. Level 5. Capo dei Capi. At 61, you are the boss of bosses, the man other dons traveled to see, sitting behind a desk that used to belong to your own mentor before he was gunned down outside a church. You control construction, waste management, ports across 3 provinces, and a network so layered that most soldiers under you will never meet you in person. But the Italian anti-mafia police have spent a decade building a RICO-style case using informants from every level you climbed. A Picciotto who flipped, a Soldato serving life who traded testimony for his family's safety, a Capo Regime wearing a wire for 18 months. At dawn, 40 officers surround the farmhouse where you're eating breakfast alone. There is no shootout, no dramatic escape. You are led out in handcuffs past television cameras, sentenced to life under Italy's 41 bis regime. Total isolation, no contact with the outside world, no more organization to run. Within a year, another man sits behind your old desk, and the structure you spent a lifetime building continues exactly as it did before you existed. Because it was never about you. It was only ever about the chair.